That's Jefferson. Climbs the ladder. Oh, my goodness. Come
on. What is going on, everyone? AP over here at Rumpier Sports bringing to you. We got the Showdown Show, the Travelers Championship. We're going into round 4. Snyder, I got to bring you in, man. My week, I mean, we'll get into it, but my week has been interesting. Very, very interesting. I know our guy Big T, his stuff has been on point, really good. And that's awesome because we got a lot of members up top. I've seen, a few like Rye Guy. Shout out to you. You're sitting pretty tasty, pretty spicy. How are you doing, though, Snyder? Talk to me about how the week's going so far.
And I had some really good teams going in about the front 9 today, and then Tom Kim opens up his back 9 going bogey double-double. I think there's still some decent chance tomorrow, but I was sitting pretty good going into the back 9, but still sitting all right. I think cash is going to be just fine this week. I did play Hubbard in cash, but a lot of people did, but I was off a Siwoo, which is going to be huge, I think. And then actually I just hit we just got sports betting legalized here a couple days ago. I hit a little parlay with the matchups today as well. So pretty fun going into this. This leaderboard looks interesting going into this for round 4, though. We got 2 guys up there. Can these 2 guys keep putting like they have through 3 rounds here with Keegan and Ches, both 20 and 21 under? It'd be interesting to get your takes on the top of this leaderboard and everything else kind of diving into this round 4.
Yeah, I mean, Snyder, like I am, right now, for me, it's all Showdown. It's all, I got a nice, obviously my boy is JT. And we talked about it on Tuesday. We talked about it. We can't go there. We can't play Justin Thomas. He's broken. And he didn't look that good on round 1. He found something, though. He did, and it's been incredible. I don't even think he gained strokes putting today. Obviously, we're going to get to that, and you can see right there he's lost. He's still losing strokes putting, but he shot, a 62 today, a 64 in round 2. His irons are dialed in. I think he found something, which is going to be huge. But what I did is early on, I went with the top 5 odds. I got him at plus 1,200, 12-1, I believe is what we got him at. So that's my hedge with Justin Thomas. But again, it's been for me, I posted that on Twitter. I had a lineup, and I only ran 5 lineups. Again, I only ran 5 lineups this week. I was targeting the 5-5-5 and a few other main contests. So it was a legit build that I was making. I still stand by the build. I think it was a great build. I mean, I get every guy under par. I mean, you're talking John Rahm -2, Morikawa -3. Fleetwood -2, Hubbard -2, Lee Hodges, who right there -3. My boy Andrew Novak, who made 1 1 bogey or worse, we'll call it that, on the entire week. It happened to be a triple bogey, I believe. He made a snowman. He finishes 1 under. So it's a 6-6 miscut with every player under par, which is I've never seen that before. I had to post it, and it got a lot of traction, which is funny because, people like the transparency. They like to know when we're in pain. My mom does too. My mom right now, anyone that knows me, follows me, knows my mom loves playing PGA DFS, and she's talking shit right now. Right there, I can see screen. She's sending me screenshots. Her lineup's doing better than mine, and then she's also every time Rye Guy RPS logo, every time he moves up, she always sends it on. So, again, use our logo if you want. If you want my mom rooting you on, which she will be, I'm telling you, every time we get someone a Rumpier Sports logo up top, I get a message from her, a screenshot, and she sends it to me, and I'm like, hell yeah, that's awesome. I don't like to look, though. Like, if I have a sweat, I don't like to look. I mean, Snyder, are you the type? Are you looking by the hour, by the hole, or do you just like to wait and see?
I usually like to wait until like the last 2 holes, and then I'll kind of check in to see if I got anything brewing or something. But interesting to look into that. I mean, I know some people don't like to. Some people love to sweat every single hole out. I'm kind of more so waiting until the end of the round, kind of the last few holes to see if I got a chance. And then, I mean, now that we have live betting, though, we have sports betting legalized here. Maybe there'll be some chances where we can kind of hedge in some opportunities. So maybe have to look going into it more. And on that, you said you had that JT ticket. I got a pretty healthy wager on Scotty Scheffler last night. The finish inside the top 10. He was one shot out of the top 10. What do you think his odds were to finish inside the top 10 last night?
That's a good question. Last night, what was he at? I mean, are you getting what, 2-1 on your money? Something like that? Maybe 1.5, 180, plus 180?
No, it was actually it was like plus 130 or something, but I thought that was
plus 130. I thought he was like, what, 5 or 6 under?
Yeah, he was one shot out of the top 10. Like, I think he was like tied for 19th, but with a bunch of guys that I thought were going to go backwards. And he shot 7 under today. He's well inside the top 10 now, or at least tied for 7th right now. So I think that's pretty good because I think there's a couple guys above him that are kind of fall back potentially tomorrow, and guys under him, I don't see a lot of those guys chasing him down. So I just thought that was a pretty good value. But because when you go into the tournament, he was 6-1 to win the tournament, and just it's a great hedge. And then now, I mean, look at it, he's up there. It's really like for him not to get inside the top 10. I mean, he's been a top 10 machine. So you make such a great point there. If you're able to live bet, you can create hedges. And again, I took advantage. I saw, and we can't live bet here. So I was texting someone that could send him the money, got the bet in. The safer path would have been JT to top 10. The odds were plus 380 plus 360. And I think for him to top 5, it was plus 1,200. I mean, what would you have taken, Snyder? At the time, he was 8 under on the day. It was early, and I was feisty. I was feeling kind of feisty. You know, my boy JT had let me down all season. He's been hurtful, and then the one time I get off of him, Snyder, he nukes. Absolutely, we've all been there. Everyone that's been playing this game long enough, you can relate. So that's why I'm trying to show the frustrations there, but. I had to get a hedge it. What would you have done? Would you have gone top 10 or top 5? I mean, I probably would have. I don't know. I mean, less risk averse would be the top 10, but the top 5. I mean, how he's playing in the top of the leaderboard. That's why I wanted to get on Scotty. There is, I don't feel the top of the leaderboard was too heavy with studs that could stay up there. So yeah, I really like that top 5 bet though. I mean, he looks like he definitely found something.
The other reason, and this is going to be such a great transition into round 4 showdown strategy, but the reason I did it, I didn't know this, but he's like 78 in the FedEx Cup standings. Like I saw the tournaments that he was like registering to do, and I'm like, why is he doing like the Detroit Open or whatever they call it coming up? I mean, obviously we're gonna break it down here soon, but it's because he's 78th in the FedEx standings. Like he needs finishes. He's going to be grinding tomorrow, and he was absolutely firing at pins. I'm really torn on what to do with them in DFS formats, but let's get into it, Snyder, because how we do it on the show, we're going to go leaderboard style. We have Data Golf pulled up. If you're not familiar with Data Golf, really great resource, datagolf.com/live-tournament-stats. That's what you get right here. We can look at all the tasty strokes gained data right here. Live in tournaments, you can see round 1, 2, 3. You can also click on these players and see their scorecards. This is a birdie fest, a true birdie fest, the Travelers Championship. Round 4 scoring, showdown placement points are going to be very important, or relatively important. I think they're less important in an event like this. They are important, though, if you're factoring in like chasers. And chasers are going to be really interesting. JT, technically a chaser. If JT wants to win, he needs to nuke tomorrow. He needs a 9 under, 10 under type of round. That is out there. We saw Ricky Fowler do it today. So Snyder, let's start with this top tier range. Let's go 15 under and up. So that's Denny McCarthy, who struggled today, up to Keegan Bradley.
Yeah, I thought I had on the playbook a fade on McCarthy. I was off of him today. I was actually off of Ches and Keegan both, but they just keep putting lights out. So that kind of was interesting to see. I don't know. With the pressure on those, I think Keegan was the guy I would take over Ches for sure. But we saw Cantlay and Fowler go out there and shoot 9 and 10 under respectively today. If somebody gets to 24, I think Keegan's going to be. I think he's got it. I don't know. I thought they were going to regress today, but I think they'll probably regress tomorrow. But I think it's up to Ricky, Fowler, maybe even JT. JT goes out there and pulls out a Fowler or Cantlay round like that today and posts 10 under and gets to 24. I think 24 might be good enough to win tomorrow. Just diving into the weather too. Doesn't look like it's going to be bad at all. It looks like it's going to be absolutely like perfect scoring conditions as well. The winds are going to be right around 5 to 7 miles an hour the whole day. It's going to be low 80s. I think it's going to be just absolutely ideal scoring condition for some of these guys to come up and chase these guys down. And maybe Ches and Keegan are playing a little too close knit to the vest there and don't want to get too aggressive. Since they have a 4 and a 5 shot lead, I don't expect them to go pin hunting too much. I think they're going to be trying to get out with like 67 or something tomorrow, 66 or 68, something like that. I think will be the number they have in their head. But I think for looking at the pricing now, you got Keegan at 8,400. I mean, Keegan and Ches are going to be the Keegan, Ches, Denny, Cantlay, Fowler is just going to be the cash lineup that everybody looks to start with. So I would do like max. I would almost even do max one of those guys, max 2 for sure. But I think Cantlay is the guy I would look at there. He's a guy that I think can run him down. He's only 5 back at Keegan. He's gaining strokes across the board, everything this week. Today was his best round of the whole week. He gained over 6 strokes total across the board there. I had the putter working for him. Everything looks to be in line for him there. He hit 16 of 18 greens, which is pretty ridiculous. But I definitely think he's interesting there. I generally like to get away from the top of these guys, though, on round 3 and round 4, just because I play more tournament type on round 4. But I really don't like the bonus placement points, so I play more like high upside tournament style and try and find the chasers there. I think my favorite option would be Cantlay, though, up here at 10-3.
Yeah, I agree with you on Cantlay. So naturally, Ches Reavie, 7,600, round 4. Keegan Bradley, 8,400. Denny McCarthy, 8,300. Those guys are naturally going to get ownership because look, Keegan Bradley, 21 under. Ches, 20 under. When you're doing projections, you're naturally going to assume those placement points are there. They're just not as relevant. I want guys that can score. Let's not forget Jim Furyk shot, a 58 here? Almost like a 57. Did it in the final round, too. You're going to see scoring. And I want the chasers. I think when you look at Ches Reavie in his round, I mean, the putter, he gained an insane amount of stats with the flat stick today. Can he do that back-to-back rounds? I mean, maybe he's a former winner here. I just think with the pressure on and with these chasers, Patrick Cantlay, you got Ricky, who's just, man, how good is this guy playing? 10 under today. Can he back it up? I think he can. Look what JT did. JT shot 64, backed it up with a 62. I think Ricky could go low again. You got Adam Scott. You got Justin Thomas, Scotty Scheffler. Look at these names that are chasing Ches Reavie, Keegan Bradley. Pressure's going to be on. I've been really impressed with Keegan. What always happens, though? Let's change this to the event. You're telling me Keegan Bradley is doing so much damage in a good way with the putter. I mean, you never see that. We've seen, what's the saying? Full Keegan? We've seen this guy implode. Mm-hmm. Naturally, he's been playing really good golf. It's obviously like a hometown event for him, being from the area, etc. When that round 4 comes, when his putter goes, it goes. From that standpoint, if he beats me, he beats me. I hope he's chalk. I'm going to fade him. I hope Ches Reavie's chalk. I'm going to fade him too. I'm with you. I like Cantlay. I don't even mind Ricky. I think he's fine. I'm really torn on Adam Scott. And then I can't go to Denny McCarthy. The round today was not impressive at all. I think, what do I think he does tomorrow? I think maybe 2 or 3 under. I just don't – I'm not seeing the upside from him. So For me in this range, it's spin it up. I like the spin up options. That's mainly Patrick Cantlay. I want to fade Keegan, Ches, and there's going to be better values. The chasers that we're going to talk about here soon, I think are going to be much better plays than an overowned Ches and Keegan due to the placement point assumption that they're going to get. Let's go down to this next range.
Just one more thing to add on Keegan. Yep. I just pulled it up. I thought this was true, but I wanted to pull up before I said he was kind of in contention at the Memorial and shot 78 that final round of the Memorial. So that's just what Keegan does. I mean, he shot 75 the final round of the Heritage, 73 Wells Fargo. He hasn't broke 70 in his last 4 events on Sunday. So that's kind of something interesting to take note. And Fowler's kind of the same way. I mean, just look at Fowler's track record. I know he's been playing better on Sundays this year. That's more of out of the contention, but I guess he's quite a ways out, so he won't be feeling too much pressure like he was last week. But I guess I could get to some Fowler there for sure.
He feels overpriced though. Like, and again, price matters. It really does. And again, I already said, like, I have a hedge on Justin Thomas. Can I play him in Showdown? Look, he's 7,900. He's going to be popular. He was popular today, and rightfully so. It's a mistake on DraftKings' part. It really is. I know the guy has been playing good golf. Here's what happens, though, with these top golfers. When they find it, usually they find it, the elites of the elites. And I know, some still might make fun of me for saying Justin Thomas is the elite of the elite, but he is. He's a 2-time major champion. The guy found something.
In the low 60s, too, on these weekends.
He didn't even have his putter. He was missing 10-foot putts, Snyder. Like, if he gets the putter going, I mean, he was hitting everything to 10 feet, everything. So let's go down to that section. I think it's the most interesting. It's the section I love, the chasers. Let's go all the way to T12. So let's go Lucas Herbert all the way up to Justin Thomas. What are you doing with this range?
All right, we got JT's there. I'm not going to play JT tomorrow just because I'm going to be playing tournaments, and I know he's going to be popular. If he beats me, he beats me. I'm not going to play too many lineups tomorrow, so I'll probably be off him just for the ownership aspect. But, I mean, JT, when he's on like this, I mean 60's in his back pocket, and that's pretty easy. I mean, on this course, I think 59 watch might be. If JT's gets the putter working tomorrow and keeps hitting the greens like he did today, hit 16 of 18 greens today. If he's ball striking like that tomorrow and the putter actually heats up, definitely a 59 watch from him. But I'll probably be off of him. Scotty hasn't finished outside of the top 5 in like 3 months, so he'll definitely be in the player pool. 11-4 should keep his ownership down as well as like Cantlay and Fowler.
I mean, Snyder, real quick, not to stroke my boy, but he was over. All right, so on 13, he was over. He was out by the railroad tracks on his approach, and then he just messed up. But, I mean, you're talking, a birdie, if not eagle, there all the time. And then he 3-putted this one. He 3-putted this. You see it right here, lost over a stroke putting. JT, I mean, I digress. Keep going.
59 today. I mean,
people are just going to make fun of me again for stroking this guy with how he's treated me this year.
If you look at he must have missed a couple of short putts early.
He did. I was watching it. I mean, Snyder, I haven't left my office today, Snyder. I've been sitting here. We got MMA going. We got baseball going. I mean, we got golf going. I'm out of the main slate, but we're still grinding. Yeah, he missed like not every putt. He made a bunch of good putts, but he putted to a 0. It's what he did. I mean, if I pull his round 4 or round 3 up, where's he at? He was a little bit over, gained just a little bit, basically putted to a 0.
Yeah, I think Brian Harmon's definitely a very safe option in this range. He was lights out with the putter today, but he made a mess of hole 13, making a bogey there. He was really bad off the tee there. Lost almost 2 strokes off the tee on that tee shot alone. I'm not sure if he hit it OB or what happened there. Something that he definitely had a penalty stroke on that tee shot, though, or something there, though. So I think he's definitely a very safe option. Alex Smalley had the putter going today. I'll probably be off of him today, but he did leave a lot out there, though. He only played the par 5s at even par and still shot 6 under. But for him to back up plus 3 strokes putting performance is pretty hard to do, I think. So I'll probably be off of him. So I'll play Harman instead. They're right next to each other pretty much in pricing. Harman's a little priced up a little more, so he may get a little less ownership possibly than Smalley, but Harman's got the elite course history here, so I'll just keep riding that. And Min Woo actually had the putter working for him today. He's actually been putting pretty well this whole week, though, so I think that's definitely something to note. If he can keep,
he's a stud, man. Yeah. Wouldn't you agree? Like he's gonna be a guy to look out for in majors. I think he just has that profile to him. You know, can hit it, can absolutely bomb it. He's starting to really show the different parts of his game. So I think it's someone that we want to keep an eye on in majors.
He really didn't hit his irons that good the last 2 days. Still shot 5 under today with some poor iron shots in there. Did take advantage of the par 5s today. So I think he's fine up there. I mean, he's got a really good price tag, $277,100, right by Harman. So he's definitely will be one of those chasers. I'd rather play like a Min Woo or Harman over Ches Reavie, over Denny McCarthy. So I think those are a couple of the pivots that could have less ownership that I'd be more interested in to jump inside that top 5 and steal some of those placement points.
What about Aberg? You going to go back to him?
I've got a decent amount of him on the main slate. He made eagle today on 13. He played the par 5s at 3 under on the 2. Didn't really do much aside from the par 5s. So I definitely think he's someone to look at. He was great in the back 9, ball striking wise. Hit every fairway, only missed 1 green. So definitely played better from a ball striking standpoint in the back 9. Didn't putt the best, but I think he's definitely right there in contention. Lucas Herbert he's a fine option there too, 7,100 if you're looking for a value guy.
This is the guy my mom needs right here, Lucas Herbert. He barely missed a eagle putt too. I mean, so like Snyder, I really like. All right, just looking at pricing. Here's an example: fade Ches Reavie, 7,600. Play Brian Harman. You get a chaser in there. If he scores better, you're going to be sitting good. I really like that move. I'm going to be on Justin Thomas. I got to do it. I think Corey, like all these guys, I think are solid to have. I want this chaser group, the Corey Connors, the Brian Harmons, Scotty, obviously. I think he's going to be a good one. So we're going to need – so Scotty's 11-4. We like Cantlay. So we're going to need some punt values in there as well. And it could make for an interesting path tomorrow. So let's move down. Let's try to find some values. I mean – Jim Furyk, when he did it, he did it early, I believe. I mean, he absolutely climbed the leaderboard. If Showdown was a thing back then, and it wasn't, man, he would have put up a monster score. But let's go to this next range. Let's go from your boy Hideki. Let's open it up a little bit. Let's go Chesson Hadley all the way to Hideki Matsuyama. So again, I would describe this range as not really chasers, but guys, what we want is who can just fire a low round in this range. That's going to be kind of the theme from here on out. I think there's going to be guys that are just dead that we just cross off. Probably Cameron Young, that freaking bum. But this range, there's still hope for a good finish, a T25. So like these guys are going to be out there grinding, especially like a Chesson Hadley who needs the points. Even like a Tony Finau's way up there. He's got 2 or 3 wins on the season. I almost forget that the season goes back to, He
does well at like the Bermuda and Mexico Open and some of those lower tier events is where he generally wins, I think.
Yep.
But for me in this range, I was off of a Zach Blair today. I thought the pressure was going to get to him a little bit as he was inside the top 5. He only shot 2 under today. Didn't have the best day, left a lot out there on the par 5s. I think tomorrow he can rebound. He's 9 back now, not as much pressure on him. I actually like him tomorrow. I think his ownership will be much, much lower tomorrow as well. 7,200, that's a fair price tag. I'll be on him some for a value. Grayson Sigg, it's a guy we've kind of targeted at times in Showdown and stuff. I think he's fine if you need a punt there. 6,500 is a good price tag. Callum Tarrant's another guy right there in that mid 6K range at 6,600. I don't think he can back up the putting performance he had today, though. He was bogey-free, 7 under, almost gained 3 strokes putting, so I'll probably be off of Tarrant tomorrow. He'll be a fade for me.
What are you doing with Sung J M?
Sungjae is
he's finally he's played okay. Like it seems like he could be a guy that gets us 6 under tomorrow. 5 or 6. I like all right, so a guy like Sungjae M, he is 9,300, so he's right there with Ricky Fowler. Mm-hmm. What type of score do you want from this type of player? Because I think Ricky being up there further, you got to think he maybe is higher owned than Sungjae M. So, like, what type of score are you looking for? 6 under? 7 under?
I was going to say 6 or 7 under is the type of score you're looking for a guy in that price range versus like a Ricky or something up there. So I definitely think he's all right. I do like Hideki quite a bit tomorrow. He lost about a stroke putting today, which is common with him, but maybe he can get that going. It was great. I guess he was looking at the ball striking metrics. A lot of that came from that deuce he had on hole 7 where he holed out, but I feel like he was good enough on some holes. So he made five birdies, 2 bogeys, and then that eagle there. I think he's a guy that can definitely contend. 8,600 is still a very cheap price. I was on him today. I was on him on the main slate for cash, so I'll go back to him. He'll be in the player pool. Xander's a guy. He's a guy that we saw Ricky and JT and Cantley do it today. He's a guy that can go out there and fire 9, 10 under. We've seen it many times from him on Sundays when he's kind of out of contention, backdoors the top 5. So I think Xander is a great tournament play. I don't think anyone's going to go down to Xander at 11 under at the 10K price tag when you got Scotty above him, you got Rory above him, you got Cantley above him, you got Ricky, you got a bunch of names there. I really like Xander for tournaments tomorrow. And then Rory hasn't been good on Sundays at all. He wasn't good today putting. He actually played the par 5s at 1 over, which is pretty shocking for Rory McIlroy, as I like to call him sometimes. He had a really bad tee shot on that par 5.
He hasn't had – when's the last time he's had a good finish on Sunday?
Man, I can't remember.
Has it been a while?
Let me pull up his. I got it.
That's just surprising.
Let me see.
I'm waiting to like go all in on Rory at the Open.
Man, Rory hasn't shot sub 70 in a final round. He's shot once in the last 7 or 8.
That's insane.
The last 8 events, he's broke 70 once on Sunday.
I would not have. He's going to break it tomorrow, but I would not have guessed that.
That's wild.
I mean, Snyder. This is an easy course. Like. A lot of these guys, like what percentage of the field is going to break 70? You would hope a lot. I mean, look at these scores. I mean, it's insane.
Yes. I mean, he shot 72 at the Canadian Open on Sunday. He was right in contention there. 75 at the Memorial, 70 at the U.S. Open, 72 at the Wells Fargo.
I like the Xander call. I really like Xander and Sungjae. Yeah. Sungjae, like just thinking through it, like Sungjae, he had to have found something. And you got to think that he continues on. I mean, 300 a day, probably disappointing for him. But if you just go back and look, I think it was round 1? Yeah, so he was 5 under, 3. I could see him going 5 to 6 under tomorrow. I think it's going to be I think he gets all the rounds in the 60s. I think he starts to find that ball striking form. And then Carson Young, I mean, this dude continues to impress. Are you going to be going back to him in Showdown, round 4?
I think he's
I'm
fine.
looking for value.
Yeah, he's 7K. Played good today. Didn't play good round 1. He shot 1 under, which was all right. He was really up and down that day. But then round 2 battles back. He made that double bogey on 17 to end his round. Kind of killed his mojo as he was right there at 64 before that. But today he played really well today. Aside from that early bogey he had on 2, he really battled back strong. Played the par 5s at 3 under, so I definitely think he's got some great upside at 7K, 10 under. I don't think he'll be that highly owned either because you got some guys above him in the 6Ks, and you got like Zach Blair, Lucas Herbert, Alex Smalley. Some of those other guys are up there as well, so I think he'll be Michael Kim's there too. Probably around 10 to 15% owned, I bet, tomorrow.
Yeah, I like that. A lot of names we can just cross off. Chesson Hadley, we can't go there. He had that first. I think it was round 1, right? Yeah, 64, and then a 65. I mean, yeah, that's kind of his upside right now. We can't go back to him. I mean, you can if you want. if he was like low 60s, I would think about it. But look, he's 66. I mean, maybe I do have some interest in these kind of get a couple studs in there, but I'm more interested in these chasers, and I don't want to get focused, locked into like a certain path. I want to just get my pool of players and then let the builds kind of come together. So a Chesson Hadley, though, I would definitely under project. And then for me in this range, really I have a ton of interest in Sung Jae. I think he's a great play over Ricky Fowler. I could see Sung Jae, as I said, going 5 or 6 under tomorrow. Ekro, the dude has been a machine off the tee. I know 5 under round 1, 3 under, 2 under. I could see him going 4 under tomorrow. And his price, he's 7,600. Yeah, that's a value I could get on board with. I'm going to put a star by him. Yeah, I mean, Jason, I don't know if I can go to Jason Day. I'm going to be pretty picky with these plays in this range. So for me, I'm with you on the Rory fade. I just think I'd rather have like Xander or Scheffler or, Patrick Cantlay over Rory. So I'm going to continue with the fade. Hopefully he struggles again on a Sunday. I like that call, Snyder. And then Schauffele, Sung Jae for me, and then a few other values down this range. Let's finish this off. I mean, so many of these guys, I think we just kind of group all this range together because down here, you're not as reliant on, let me find where our cutoff point was. There we go. So T33 down, Gary Woodland, who was horrendous today. At least he started off really bad. He picked it up a little bit, but the putter just was horrible early on, all the way down to Webb Simpson. You got Andrew Landry down here. I mean, what are you doing with this range? This is the range I want to be cautious with as well. I want to pick and choose who I'm on.
Yeah, I don't really want to be forcing any of these guys in, really. Our guy Kevin Yu just had an absolute horrific day with the putter today. Lost about 3 strokes putting. Eric Cole was another guy lost over 3 strokes putting today. He made a quad snowman on hole 12 today. I think he must have hit a couple foul balls off the tee. It looks like he lost over 3 strokes off the tee there on 12, so he must have hit a couple foul balls there. So rough scene there. And then the flat stick was terrible for him. Hovland, another guy, he lost 3.5 strokes with the short game today. Still made some birdies, 4 birdies, 4 bogeys. The short game was just absolutely atrocious for him, though. Still ball strike pretty well. He hit 12 of 14 fairways and 13 of 18 greens, so it was fine with the ball strike, and it was just the short game that really held him back. Maybe Hovland's a really good lower-owned tournament play at 9,800. I think he's fine for tournaments and such. Zach Johnson's still down there. He had a couple good rounds early. What did he do today? He had a really bad ball striking day. Yeah, he made 4 birdies, 3 bogeys. Bogeyed the par 5, 13th. Had a couple of bogeys early. He's a guy you could go to tomorrow if you're looking for like a punt. I mean, he showed some definite upside. Rounds 2, he shot 66. Round 1, he shot 68.
Snyder, that's what I'm talking about. He's 6,200 tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like in that stud and value range, Zach Johnson is who you want. Way more than like a Chesson Hadley.
Yeah. I agree there for sure. So I'll probably have Zach Johnson pretty highly rated in the playbook. I like that for because he's going to go out there. He'll still battle as strong as he can if he was like in the top 10. He's not. I don't think he's got too much life left on this tour. Andrew Putnam's the guy that is a name down there. If you want to throw him in, I don't think I'm going to be on too many of these guys though. And you get to my guy Tommy Kim, who just broke my heart there. He played great on the front 9, 3 under, and then he goes bogey double to open up the back 9, which was hurtful for him. Lost about 2 strokes in every one of those holes. Just a horrible display of a golf from him there on the back 9. Shot 40, which is you just hate to see it. Hopefully he can battle back tomorrow and shoot like 7 under again, like he shot on round 2. Round 2 he played really good, shot 64. Round 1 was good but not great. He had that same stretch there. He's really struggled on 10, 11, and 12. He's played 10, 11, and 12 through 3 rounds at 5, 7, 9 over on those 9 holes. He's played those 9 holes 9 over for the 3 days. So that's really a tough stretch of holes that he's had. I mean, if he just plays those in even par, he's up close to the lead. But yeah, I think that's about it for me here. I don't want to be forcing too many of these guys down the leaderboard. I'm not going to play that many teams. Harris English could get hot down here. He's got good course history. Sue was bad with the putter. A lot of bad putters down here. Cameron Davis was the guy that was off today. I know he had that really good round 1. He opened up with a 65, but you're going to get that from Cameron Davis. He's like an upside guy if you're looking for like a large field play, but not too much down here in this range for me.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. Like Tom Kim, what I worry about with him is when these guys, I mean, he had that 64. Could he come back and shoot a 64, 63 again? He could, but how he finished, I mean, that's tough, man. That's really, really tough. This is the range that concerns me the most. I want to be really careful. What I find myself doing is just unchecking a lot of these guys. Like I could get on board with like a Russell Henley and Andrew Putnam, a guy I liked at the beginning of the week as well. He's always been kind of a ball striker though, and he's really been relying on the putter this week. So that's, again, kind of another concern when you look at that. You know, I mean, as much as I liked Andrew Putnam coming into the week, maybe I get off of him because I thought when we're sitting here today, I thought when you look at his stats, he'd be more relying on, the iron play, the finding fairways and stuff. And that just hasn't been the case at all. So like what I'm going to do, like Webb Simpson, no, I'm definitely not playing. Harris English, former winner. Nah, I don't. I can't get there. Cameron Davis, scam day. I mean, no, I can't get there. I found myself Cameron Young. I mean, he was in my core today. I thought he looked good. Like, going back, it's, round 1, 67. I thought the reason why I played him, the soft conditions, I thought was going to benefit him. Wasn't the case at all. I think he's kind of broken. So I find myself making a ton of cuts down here. I love the Zach Johnson play. I think that might be my favorite play in this range. The reason is because we like the studs up top. At least I like the studs up top. Scotty Scheffler, the Patrick Cantlay. And so we're going to need one of those value plays to really make those builds work. So Snyder, just real quick, kind of going back down to this range. I think we're kind of on the same page here. A lot of cuts. We can pick and choose some of these values. If you see a guy that you semi-like who's 6,400, I'm fine keeping him in the pool. I would set a maximum cap for my high-end exposure on him, though. I wouldn't want to be overly exposed to someone like that. I do think, though, if I were to, kind of, put a value guy in my core that was down in this range, it would be Zach Johnson. Any other final thoughts for this range or just for round 4 tomorrow in general?
No, I think we covered it good. I'll have the playbook up over on runpeersports.com. Use that promo code SUMMER33 to get yourself 33% off, which even includes SaberSim, which is the top optimizer in the industry. And it's so crucial for these showdown slates. You got the player, the salary, the tee time, the score, the projection, everything all in one spot. It's so easy to build teams, whether you want to build one team or 150 teams, 20 teams, whatever your thing is. Really enjoy the SaberSim product that we offer over here. So head on over and join the movement with us. But I think that pretty much sums everything up. I'll have the expensive, mid, and cheap tier up here soon. We can end the show with the core.
You had it. You know this better than me. Let's give the people a core. 4-man core. You go first. I'll plug it in. I'll let us know where we're at.
I'm going to go with Xander then. I think he's going to fire a low number tomorrow.
I'm going to steal the Zach Johnson play. So Xander, I got to steal that one. I know you're going to pounce on that. So we got Xander, Zach Johnson, 10-1, 6,200, 84 left per position.
Yeah, I like that. Let's go. Let's go with
I mean, you know what I'm doing, so
yeah.
Everyone knows. Everyone knows what I'm doing, right? It's no secret. It's no secret. Let's just plug mine in. Well, you're Justin Thomas.
Yeah.
He's back, maybe, hopefully. Justin Thomas. I think he's gonna fire another low round.
Let's just
80. We got 86 left per. I like this path.
Let's just put Brian Harmon in there as well to give as much flexibility as everybody wants. I mean, you'll have plenty of flexibility to do pretty much whatever you want, whether it's a stud and a value or two higher mid-tier guys like Hideki or something in there.
One thing I love about this path is early on. So, like, just how this all sets up when you're rooting on and everything, you're going to be, sweating Zach Johnson. If he can fire out like a 66 or something, you're going to be sitting good. Like, get in there early at 66. Maybe gets lucky, gets us, an eagle, gets us a streak, or maybe avoids bogeys to get those extra bonuses. But then it unlocks it. We get to the chasers where we can go real low. So I like the path, and you have 9,000 left per position. You can easily fit in a Cantlay who's 10-3. You're left with 7,700. You can go so many different routes. I think it's a great core.
Yeah, I like that for sure. You can definitely. I like Cantlay there too. And you plug in Cantlay, you still got 7.7. So you got plenty of flexibility to round your team out there. So I think we got the people on the right track here for round 4 tomorrow on my end. I'm good for everything here.
Yeah, I am too. If you haven't yet, I don't even think we asked, but hit the like button, hit the subscribe. Let's just looking at the contests over on DraftKings. They got the $20 $50K up top. They got the 555 $20K that they always have. They got a $10 18 entry max. I like that tournament. Yeah. I think that's a great one. That's $2K up top. So if you're just getting in to Showdown strategy, I think that's a great one to go to. They got the $125 234 people World Championship qualifier. I think that's another good one as well. So lots of contests over there on DraftKings, FanDuel. Go check it out. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. We got a promo going on, summer 33% off. We're going to keep running it. We're going to keep running that summer 33% off your first payment over here. For Snyder, I'm AP. Let's run Pier tomorrow. Snyder, get us out of here.